Redesigners, and welcome to Costa, Mayan, Mexico, to be exact. We've already been out and about, but we're getting ready to do we booked an excursion, which is something we don't typically do on this channel, but this is something that, I've wanted to see for quite a while. We're going to go see some Mayan ruins, but before we get going, I want to show you something that, most people don't show. They show the ports of Costa Maya and Cozumel, and the ports are interesting, but nobody really shows you is this view. We have a German ship next to us. On the right is our ship, the MSC Seashore. This German ship, which I have no idea how to pronounce it, has been just amazing to look at. It's going to be kind of hard to see from the ground, but I want you to see the scope of some of these cruise ships. I'm going to flip this camera around.
It's crazy.
And just look at that. And that's no playing around there. It's no trick photography, a little bit of zoom action. But look at that. That's crazy. All the way down at the end is, I believe it is the Harmony of the Seas.
Yep.
These are just massive, massive ships. So we're going to try to
very intimidating.
German ship here, which, I mean, we're not even doing this justice. If we can in this video, we'll try to get you a shot of this ship, but this is just incredible. That top deck on this German ship is world class, absolutely incredible. But this is not about the German ship. This is about how hot Bob can withstand some of these Mexican temperatures. The temperature today is roughly 85 degrees Fahrenheit. And with humidity, I would say it is about 100 plus, easily sweating through your clothes, kind of hot. But this little tour that we booked, this little excursion, is about 120 bucks a person to go see it. Total tours would be about 4 hours. We're going to give you probably maybe about 10 minutes. But something we'd like to share when we can, and we hope that you enjoy this video. So stick around. We're going to show you the walkway down to the port because the water is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to go filming in the port itself much because, well, everybody's done it and there's more to this area than just the port. We're going to get another shot here because there's another opportunity to see just the scale of these ships. Now to the left of us is that German ship we were talking about. To the immediate behind of the ship is Radiance of the Sea. And this is, I would say, probably one of the smaller ships that's in port currently. That sun is brutal. And then behind that, of course, you have the Harmony of the Sea, which is just incredible in size. But you get an idea of this ship, and I really want to get that back in. Look at that. That's just crazy. But yeah, if you get a chance to check that out, that ship is definitely worth it. Wow. Very nice. One thing that we can say about this port is it's been incredibly busy. And we docked here around 8:30. Karri and I have already been out this morning, purchasing the kids some t-shirts. So walking around, really no pressure. But get a shot of this. Now this is the back of the MSC Seashore here.
Look at the water. It is so pretty.
And just look at that. That water is just so blue. Right off the back of our boat here. You get an idea. The MSC Seashore holds right around 5,500 people. So you can get an idea of that compared to the German ship next to it. So needless to say, as world-class travelers now, Karri,
yes, we are.
We've seen quite a few things, and just the sheer size of these boats, absolutely incredible. But you're coming to Costa Maya, a couple of things to keep in mind is that one, it is hot. The humidity is no joke, and we knew that coming ahead, and did I still pay attention? Absolutely not. But everybody here, again, extremely friendly. You're shopping in port. They do love to haggle and all that stuff. We didn't. We found what we thought were good deals.
Yep.
We paid those and we got the heck out because have better things to do with my time than to haggle with pricing. But they got all the typical stuff, the Diamonds International, the Del Sols, and all the other stuff.
They're still cool stores, though.
Yeah, some really nice shopping, and yeah, but we keep it simple because we are RVers, and at the end of the day, you gotta have a place to put all this stuff if you want to buy all the stuff, right? So,
Absolutely.
But, yeah, look at that. Just absolutely incredible.
I wonder if we're going to see the big fish.
Karri and I came out here earlier. There was a huge, looked like a barracuda. I don't know what it was, but it was an absolutely huge fish. Had to be easily about 4 feet long. Now, they do have a tram that runs by about every 15 to 25 minutes. Both times that Karri and I had to come out here, well, it wasn't our turn. So we just kind of wander through. And there, once again, is a shot of the MSC Seashore, which has been our host for the past few days. If you've been on an MSC Seashore, let us know in the comments below. We'd appreciate to hear what your insight was on this ship. It's always somebody kind and friendly to take your picture here and not steal your phone, which is good. But this here, nice little wall outside the port. Nice. Yes, Karri and I have paid our $4 fee to the Mexican government, so now we are okay to film.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Pause it on that. Absolutely incredible.
Inside, it's solid. It's completely solid, pure rocks. But there's a important part here in this kind of construction. It's solid, but what is inside, we can say, are other minor buildings, because this was 5 times constructed. Okay. This started being smaller. Later, Mayans added other newer layers over it until get around the 800s. This look, this shape, this kind of decoration, this facade. Okay, so what we can see is around the 800s, but originally this has more layers underneath, buried under this current facade. Okay, Because this is time for you guys to do that. Explore it, make your memories, and in 10 minutes, we're gonna get Karri right here.
Now, we did pay our $4 fee to the Mexican government, so we are legally able to film here. But I want to give a big shout out to our guide, Vladimir, who's been just awesome.
Funny and informative.
He spoke the entire 1 hour bus ride, into which I fell asleep twice. And not because of his fault, but because the roads were incredibly
relaxing.
bumpy. And he was just a smooth talker. But a wealth of information here as we tour throughout, and then we'll end this, as you should all, in the gift shops. But really, just overall, very friendly people, very friendly environment to be in. As we saw a lot of the towns surrounding this area, it's a lot of poverty and stuff of that nature. But here, it's all about culture. Going into the government office, everything is brand new. They're really doing a fantastic job with preserving this. But it's so funny to see the differences between the ports coming into the rural towns and then coming into the main destination for Costa Maya.
It was a little scary.
It's
because it's so different.
It's new,
you know?
So whenever there's something new, yeah, there's always that thing. But kids, you have to come here. Absolutely incredible.
You want to see a monkey? Not talking about me, those monkeys. Real monkeys. Look at, here's the family. They're drinking water. Mom, dad, baby. If you can give me just 1 minute of your time here, guys. In the shade. Well, guys, the Great Foundation, because it's an enormous foundation, is a big platform, 100 meters per side, over 10,000 square meters on surface. This was constructed in 2 different attempts. First, southern side, second, the northern one. Even from down here, we can see the tallest building out there. So I was telling you about the observatory, guys. It was observed. It was used for the observation of different phenomena. And right before I sent you to make your memories, I told you the most important above all was the sunrise, what they observed on this place. Why? It's because the sunrise originally allowed the Mayans to complete the calendar of a tropical year, 365 days. Okay.
And for this part, you pretty much stuck with me because Karri didn't feel comfortable coming up here. This would be the smaller of the 2 monuments. And if you hear a little heavy breathing, the stairs going up were very steep. I'll bring you over here. And you can pause your screen there. Hopefully that'll pick up enough for you to read. But really, this is amazing. This would be the bigger of the 2 monuments. And this here, wow, you can get, they recommend you can walk around this one. The smaller one, it's not worth it to fall because the nearest hospital is about an hour away in Costa Maya. I'm always fascinated because, as you can see here, as we come along the backside, we're kind of by ourselves here. but you have this clash of times. And maybe more the history buff than Karri is, it is still fascinating to me that you have something that is this old and this magnificent. And then you can hear in the distance cars shooting down the highway. The clash of the modern world and ancient times. It's really just a interesting thing to be part of. But definitely just hard to explain. There's an energy here as well that pulls you in too. So just the sheer size of this is incredible. Not to turn this into a History Channel moment, but I will bring you over to the signage that gives you a little more detail for those of you who really want to know more about this. And we'll pause over here as this is temple number 5. And you can see all the information there on your screen. Now, one of the things that Karri and I don't talk about often is why we started doing these types of travels. And one, it's because it's actually pretty cool. Secondly, is just to see different things. The older we get, we realize there's a lot of places like this that we haven't been to. And sharing them along with you, as well as our children, is a pretty cool thing to do. So we hope that throughout this video you're enjoying it. And if you are, give it a thumbs up. It encourages us to get out a little more and see things like this, because this is one of those things that, cruising is great and all, but cruising is just the vehicle to get you to these places to enjoy them. Definitely recommend being here in Mexico. Here's a pro tip for you. Always make sure you listen to your guide and not the guide of others, because we're about halfway through our tour. And if you had been near the other guy, you would have been sent back because he was like, you're all set. This is the last stop. You can head back. We're not part of that tour. It's a good thing we stayed behind because we still have quite a bit to see. But Karri did decide to sit that one out. And I will tell you, I don't blame her. Those stairs are rough. So if you do come here, and you're looking to make sure you have good footwear and you're of health to get up there. It's pretty steep, and a lot of people don't cover that those stairs literally are very, very steep.
It's very deceiving, too.
It is just the sheer height of this, and try to get one more shot of that. But those stairs are incredibly steep. So yeah, the two things, steep stairs, always listen to your tour guide. Well, Karri, here we are back in the room, and don't adjust your set. Yes. I put on a few pounds. This is going to happen, but we'll address that after we get off these cruises.
But are you having fun? Is it a good time?
This is what I'm learning. The more that we travel the world and do things, that I'm worrying less about physical appearance and more about experiences. But we'll cover that again later video. But today, Karri,
yes, Bob,
was all about Costa Maya here in Mexico. And what was your thoughts?
It was different. I was really, really nervous at first, but once, we got on the bus to go to our excursion, and then I'm like, we passed a few things. I'm going, I'm not that comfortable with this. But once we got there, it was absolutely amazing.
And that's the thing, and hopefully you guys and gals understand what we try to show in all our videos. It's never the Instagram moments only, or it's never the negative moments only. It's a kind of a combination of the both. And the experiences that we share is just being average people going into, whether it be another state or another country. And that was the one thing that was interesting about being here in Mexico, is that you could have this multi-billion-dollar port that is just paradise, and 3 feet outside the port, it is littered with trash, and it's
sad.
Really sad conditions for the people that live here. But that all being said, everybody that we spoke to, extremely happy. Very positive people. They clearly love where they are because it shows and it shines. It's not that fake shine, but just an incredible time here. The tour to the ruins, fantastic. Absolutely good time. And if you ever are in this situation, try to get that tour guide that we had, Vladimir. Absolutely awesome guy. And hold on a second. We bought something there that I didn't expect to buy. Hold tight 1 second before I open this up. We know this is probably not the best place to buy it. We know we probably got taken for a couple of bucks, but sometimes when you see that perfect gift, you have to get it. Our son, as well as myself, are huge wrestling fans. And down here in Mexico is Lucha Libre. And Mexican wrestling is a huge part of the culture here. And we found something that was absolutely perfect. This is a Lucha Libre mask. And you can find these all over Mexico. And I'll put this up here. And those of you guys and gals that are into wrestling will know this very much looks like old style Rey Mysterio mask. Mm-hmm. And I know when this gets home to our son, he's going to go ape crap over it.
I can't imagine how hot that would be.
This is very thick. It won't show on camera. I'm not even going to try. It was a very thick mask and very well made. But interesting thing. But yeah, just that. Other than that, picked up a few T-shirts. Yeah. We didn't get to experience any of the Mexican cuisine because we're saving that for Cozumel, which is our next stop tomorrow.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, so am I, because we're going to actually walk outside the port there. I don't know if we're going to film much, but we'll see. You never know with some of these videos because they really are for the kids and for, well, other stuff. But if you're liking this kind of content, let us know because maybe it's something we'll put a little more out on the channel. Maybe we'll share it out. Maybe we won't. If it makes it in this cut, then it's for you guys on YouTube as well.
Yep.
So, that's basically where we're at. And now we're going to shut the camera off. We're going to go back to anniversary mode and get something to eat because I am starving as well. Till next time, I'm Bob.
I'm Karri.
And this has been Life Redesigned. Bye.
Bye.